Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode something 1000 something 1642. 42, the ultimate answer to the ultimate question, apparently. If you read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, which I don't think anybody did. Now that I think about it, I had some friends in high school that turned me on to it. That's why I read it. And then I saw the movie with Sam Rockwell back in, early O's.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Zooey Deschanel, Martin Freeman. But that's neither here nor there or anywhere. Hello, welcome to Mike's Daily Podcast.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
That's the name of the show, broadcasting from Podcastro Valley, Mont. There's so many things here that you could want, including Madame Rootabega, Valentino, and Bison Bentley. On the last show, I made fun of Tom Papa, and he doesn't know, because he doesn't listen to this, because he's got better things to do with his time.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
I got better things to do with my time. You know I don't care anymore. You hear me? I don't
Mike's
care no more.
Daily
No more.
Podcast.
No more. No more.
Yeah.
No more. No more.
No.
That was a little Phil Collins for you today. Isn't it amazing how big Phil Collins was? Basically, he ruled the 80s, a little bit of the early 90s, and he got to sing with someone that I really love, David Crosby, because I love Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Oh, look who just walked in. Hello, my commercials, Madame Rootabega, and I had a little romance with Crosby, David Crosby.
Wowie, wow, wow, wow.
Somehow that doesn't surprise me. It was a beautiful romance. In fact, he's calling me right now.
Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone.
Hello? Okay. She just left, and look who just walked in.
Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino, the parking attendant.
And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that?
Mike, this Trump guy is starting to get on my nerves there.
What?
Yeah, did you hear when he said this?
I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible.
Yeah. I've played that on the show before.
I can't believe this guy. This guy, what's that about? It's freaking stupid day.
Yeah, stupid.
And here's today's podcast picture.
But I thought you guys were like Republicans and whatnot.
Yeah, well, that's freaking stupid.
Okay. Well, all right. And you're big like Chris Christie fans and whatnot.
Yeah, Chris Christie 2020.
Yeah, Chris Christie. Do you know that? I've seen a lot of Chris Christie on the news and stuff. I wonder if he's hoping maybe to take on Trump in 2020. Wouldn't that be a 2020? Are we going to say 2020 or are we going to say 2020? I don't know. It's too many questions. Not enough answers. If, when, why, what, how much have you got? Have you got it together? If so, how often? Which do you choose, a hard or soft notion? Which do you choose, a hard or soft-boiled egg? That's the question. My lovely lady friend had a soft-boiled egg for the first time with me, and she liked it. I had to kind of walk her through how you eat it. You got to do the tap, tap, tap on the shell, and then eat that mother. It's good. I'm going to post a picture of... I've probably posted a picture of this in the past. A different photo, a different vantage point, perhaps. But Lake Chabot is so pretty right there along the water. And, you know, here we are, summertime, people thinking about the beach.
If everybody had a nose across the USA.
That song has a lot to do with the Wrecking Crew. Like the instruments you hear on that, not the Beach Boys. Not the Beach Boys. The singing is the Beach Boys, but the instruments themselves performed by a band called the Wrecking Crew that played on everything in like the 50s, 60s, early 70s. Everything. And Sonny and Cher. Oh, that one but I'd like to get to know you. And everyone knows it's windy. All the mamas and papas, oh my gosh, they were just churning out the hits. The Monkees. But yeah, even Brian Wilson used them with the Beach Boys. And apparently, and Brian Wilson is a national treasure. He really is. He apparently could just hear these tunes in his head and was able to direct the musicians just the right way. Now, I'd like to go back and just say real quick that I may have irritated a few of you when I said what I had to say about concerts. I know a lot of you love concerts dearly. But for someone who's been on this planet for almost 50 years, who's been to a lot of concerts, I know that a concert is all about the show. It's all about the performance. It's all about the escape. Okay, and it's like, I guess, taking a trip somewhere without actually leaving. You drive to wherever the venue is, but then you leave. You leave this place. You leave this earth. And you're transformed into the musical world, and you get to enjoy this band. I understand that, and some of you take, well, all kinds of things to enjoy the experience even more. There's a guy I work with, I won't say his name, but holy God, the man takes shrooms. I dropped some shrooms right before they did this guitar solo, and wow, it was the best thing ever. Wow. That's okay. Good for you. That's great. That to me, all right, use that to reach some other location that I guess you can't get to in your normal life, which is sad because it makes you dependent. It makes you dependent on something that you need to get. And I know we're all dependent on things, dependent on air, water, sunlight, compliments. You haven't given me a compliment today. What the hell? I don't know. Do you like the show? I'm loving it. Oh, thank you. Makes me want to eat a sandwich of some kind with some bacon. No, I understand that. I just feel I'd rather go somewhere. I'd rather really go somewhere. I'd rather meet interesting new people. I just don't like the people that I've met at concerts have always irritated me. The standing up in front of you, the whole show when you want to sit down, that the whole pot smoke everywhere, just the secondhand smoke, just the stupidity, people getting up and walking in front of you in your aisle because they gotta get another damn beer. Did I just cuss on my show? Just that whole thing annoys me. I don't get that. So the whole Beyonce Jay-Z thing, that's the other thing, is you go to a concert saying, oh, I was there when that band, that musician was there. Yeah, but you were 800 seats back and you could barely see the person. I was at a Peter Gabriel show. I got to see Peter Gabriel. I was on the freaking highest balcony. He looked like a dot. The only way I could actually see him was with the Jumbotron screen. And there was a time I was alive before Jumbotron screen, so what did we do then? I don't know. I wasn't going to concerts then. At any rate, I don't get it. I don't get it. I was texting my friend Mike, who lives down, and everybody I know is named Mike. You're named Mike. Did you know that? Do you know that? I just did a little impression of one of my own characters. How strange is that? But yeah, somebody texted me. We were discussing. He was telling me, hey, Journey and Def Leppard are playing in San Francisco. And I said to him, are you going to be up here to see it? And he said, no, had not planned on it. I said, yeah, I would rather watch them on YouTube than deal with the bad sound and the idiot fans. And he wrote back, LOL, it's sad what concerts have become. Tickets are greater than $150 now. And that to me says it all. Thank you, Mike. Okay, speaking of California, because we were talking about California, weren't we? Oh, and did I think... Nah, I'll think about that later. We'll discuss that at some other time, because I probably made a faux pas somewhere along the way. There's nothing wrong with making a faux pas. You got to make your faux pas, and you got to paw forward. And just, say hi to Pa, and apologize to Tom Papa. And maybe, at some point, he'll forgive me. No, he doesn't even know I talked about him. At any rate, the GOP avoided a shutdown in the race for California governor. That's right. Democrat Gavin Newsom won the primary yesterday in the race for California governor, and Republican John Cox finished in a strong second place. There you go, ensuring the Republicans will not be shut out of the race to replace retiring Governor Jerry Brown. With a major boost from Trump's endorsement, Cox, and he also advertised like crazy on the radio stations, the conservative radio stations I work for, consolidated. And by the way, politicians, feel free to drop as much of that coin that you've got, all that money. You have so much freaking money that you come up with, and then you just spend it all on advertising, spend it all on TV, radio, and internet. Spend it on Mike. Drop a coin on me, for God's sakes. Show a little love. But with so major endorsement, Cox consolidated Republicans and edged past Democrat Antonio Villaraigosa in an early favorite to advance. So this is done. It's done for Antonio. Sorry, Antonio. Which is very interesting. I think this is what I wanted to bring up, too. The whole thing with getting ready for the election, I get all this mail targeted towards Democrats. And they were telling me, you should vote for this, you should vote for that, you should vote. And I'll look at that, and then I'll weigh it, and I'll do some research and see if that, in fact, is what I want to do. But they were saying not to vote for Gavin Newsom, which was interesting. I got a couple of these mailers. Only one of them said to vote for, there he is, John. Okay, only one of them said to vote for Antonio Villaraigosa. But John Chang was the one they wanted me to vote for. A Democrat, the California state treasurer. Right now, he was elected in 2014. He was the California state controller and on the California Board of Equalization. They wanted me to, several publications wanted me to vote for him. But he didn't win either. So what the heck is going on? I don't know. That's another impression of Tom Papa, or someone Tom Papa worked for. The Marriage Ref. That was the name of the show I was trying to think of the other day. The Marriage Ref, Tom Papa. So Seinfeld came back to TV. It was much lauded. Hey, Seinfeld's coming back. He's coming back. Look who's coming back. And he would have on a celebrity panel of friends of his. But the problem with the show was it was so scripted, and the laugh track was just terrible. Not even that good of a laugh track. It was just terrible. And so, back to, I'm so glad that show ended. And the only good thing Jerry did, I didn't even see the B movie. I don't know how that is, but oh wow, Jared Leto's Joker is getting his own movie? Huh. Jared Leto is huge now with his is it 31 Seconds to Mars, 21 Seconds, whatever. Some odd amount of 30 Seconds to Mars. And he has a song that I don't like. I like the one that came out right before it. Do You Believe You Can Walk on Water? It's kind of directed at Trump. And it had a cool kind of not Depeche Mode. Kind of Depeche Mode meets Def Leppard. What would that be? Depeche Leopard mode? Villaraigosa is gone, so is John Chang, but Fox faces long odds in a deeply liberal California. Yeah, buddy, we is liberal because nobody else is, where Republicans are increasingly marginalized in state politics. The race is one of hundreds of contests across the state that could solidify Democratic dominance and reshape the fight for control of the U.S. Congress. I'm not getting my hopes up. You know, Newsom was our mayor in San Francisco. He was the first candidate to announce a bid for governor more than 3 years ago, so we knew this was coming. That was smart. You got to make your move early on. Don't just do a surprise thing. Like if Howard Schultz of Starbucks wants to do this, wants to become the Democratic leader and run against Trump in 2020, he got to get on that now. And he just resigned from Starbucks. So like he should have begun his candidacy when he hit the top of the news cycle chain story feed, news feed, as soon as that story came out that he left Starbucks, he should have said, and I'm running for president. That's right, baby. I got your coffee. We're going to wake up America. He should have done that.
Would you like some coffee?
But he didn't. So I don't know. This is already smelling of stupidity on his part. I'm all riled up today.
He forgot his latte.
I did. Where's my damn latte? And I need some more love.
I was going to make espresso.
Come on. More love from... What was I talking about? Oh, compliments. That's what I need. More compliments. Okay, but yeah, more love from the politician. I need them to drop some money on this show. That's what I'll talk all up and down about you. Well, I don't care what party you're with. You could be with the green nose hairs of America party. That spells out NAMBLA. No, I don't know what it spelled. That was an old... The Daily Show made that joke. Jon Stewart. Whatever he would... So, now... No, wait. I did it wrong. Okay, so the National Football League, otherwise known as NAMBLA, it's a joke where you think you're spelling it out, but you end up spelling out the worst acronym spelled out thingy of all time. We engaged in an epic battle. It looks like voters will have a real choice this November between a governor who is going to stand up against Donald Trump and a foot soldier in his war on California. Earlier the characters mentioned this.
I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible.
And so that becomes pertinent now because of Trump saying, I could pardon myself. Nobody's going to do a damn thing about it. Yeah, right. You pardon yourself, you will get impeached. Now, will you actually leave office? That's a whole other thing. But as we go outside of Café Anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcaster Valley. So go enjoy your concerts, smoke your pot, go down to the record shop. So you wonder why you're laying in bed, trying to feed your head. Well, you're 21 and still your mother makes your bed, and that's too long. Yeah. And Captain Jack will get you high tonight and take you to your special island. Oh, now Captain Jack could make you die tonight. Just a little push and you'll be smiling. Whoa, yeah. Closer to Fine by the Indigo Girls was another song that ex-girlfriend used to play along with Helplessly Hopeless by Crosby, Stills, Nash, Puke. And that song is good. And no matter the fact that she sang that and ruined every song she sang, that song still, she could not touch that, because that's the best freaking song. I think the first all-lesbian group ever to have a hit. Well, it was kind of a hit. It was like top of the college charts, the alternative charts. And I think Michael Stipe of REM had a hand in finding them, discovering them. Best song, that harmony, and I loved it. You know what? You can make fun of the Indigo Girls all you want. You can make fun of them. They weren't the first lesbian act, however. That would be Janice Ian, who sang da-da-da-da at 17, do-do-do-do. And then, what was the other one early on that talked about a love story between two people of different racial backgrounds? And that was, what was that one? Oh, Something's Child. Society's Child, I think is what it was. That was an interesting song. So, anyway, all that to say, Café Anyway, that's the end of the show. And thank you for listening to it. Next show, we'll have Chely Shoehart, Floyd the Floorman, John Deere, the engineer.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!